Now, I myself had my own experience about transcendental meditation that I'd like to share to explain why I'm here today. It's been a long journey for me. In 1979, I was a law professor at the University of Dayton, teaching in the law school there. And I'd never heard of the word meditate. Somehow it had passed me by. I think I may have heard of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, but not something that registered significantly for me. I was asked to be on the accreditation evaluation team of Maharishi International University, now called Maharishi University of Management. And when I went out there, we were provided a blue volume then of scientific studies. We were part of I think it was an 8-member team of the North Central Association to accredit the university. And I was astonished by the quality of the interaction in the classrooms, the interaction between and among students and the faculty of the classroom. It frankly did not compare at all to anything that I had experienced before, having taught at the undergraduate or graduate level. I was so impressed that after an appropriate time and after the accreditation had been granted, I came back and I learned how to meditate. I will say I had my research assistants look up all the available research why I shouldn't learn how to meditate and what was available against it, what a good academic should do. Could not find any. I did learn how to meditate, and I had really quite a powerful experience from the very first day. And I practiced meditation for 25 years and never talked about it. My friends, my family knew about it, but I never talked about it in my professional life. Instead, I've been in higher education 35 years. I've spent that time focusing on innovation in higher education. I have set up a law school. I set up the Antioch Law School, set up many bachelor's, master's, even doctoral level programs. I've also closed a number down. I've worked with the main researchers in the country, published, led workshops on portfolio-based learning, competency-based learning, outcomes-based education. I'm sure many of you in your classrooms are dealing with very many of the same innovations. Collaborative learning, active learning. All of these are very powerful learning techniques, but as Bobby said earlier, at the surface level, they do not build the character and the capacity of our students from the inside out. And over time, their impact is not as profound, is not as significant as we as educators would want. I've gone all around the world studying innovation. In 2004, I had the privilege to work with the government of Hong Kong, studied all the universities there. Last year I was in Europe studying education there. And I say to you that, and this is something that academics don't often do, because we often don't believe there is a single thing that will make a significant difference. But I say to you, there is one thing that will make a significant difference. I have read the research. I've talked with the researchers who've done the research. It's done at the premier universities in the world. I have seen it and personally experienced it in my own life and in the institutions where TM is practiced. Recently, in the San Francisco Bay Area, I've had a chance to interact with a group of students who are also in a study on ADHD and have seen the impact before and after meditation. So I'm here to say that before it's too late, before students get into college and face the challenges that they will inevitably face in colleges and universities today, it is really important to consider introducing TM in your school. It will make a huge difference. I've seen it in my life, I've seen it in institutions. And I would say that there is real value to doing it in groups. There's so much peer pressure. I've certainly seen it with my children. There are so many distractions, and if teachers and students can meditate for 10 minutes together, what a huge difference it will make. Finally, I just want to say why I am so passionate about this. Last year, I had the privilege of attending the international conference of the World Academy of Arts and Sciences, to which I had just been elected a fellow. was in November in Zagreb, Croatia. There were scientists, legislators, politicians, social scientists, people from all different walks of life in this academy from all over the world, meeting for a number of days. The title of the conference was The Future of Knowledge. There was a panel, one of the most controversial panels, on the future of the human being. There were 4 people on the panel. 3 of those people spoke about a future of the human being that was quite, I will say, chilling, but remarkable. One of the panelists spoke about the pharmacological future, or that's not the right word, the drug-oriented future of what it means to be a human being. He talked proudly about having been on Ritalin, having a son on Ritalin, and how important it is to use chemicals in the brain in the same way we use diet, cosmetic surgery, or the like. How coming online in the next decade there will be a number of drugs that will increase intelligence, do all different kinds of things. No discussion of side effects. There is a drug now available, FDA had just recently approved, he described, called Provigil, that is now being used by helicopter and fighter pilots to allow them to stay awake for 48 hours. Wonderful for cramming for exams. This is just one of many. Another panelist talked about exoskeleton, all different kinds of things you can do. There was an ethicist on the panel, but you know, ethics is not something that's only in the brain. It was really too little too late by the time he talked about it. I came away completely convinced this is not the future I want for my children. It's not the future I want for kids who are in school, that some get access to these kinds of cocktails of drugs and others do not. But for me, the future is to build the capacity of the learner from the inside out, where the ethical responsibility comes naturally and spontaneously because of who we are as human beings. TM does that. I've seen it. I urge you to consider it for your schools. Thank you very much.